I'm here today to launch a global coalition of mayors against hate, anti-Semitism, and BDS. The group will continue to grow, and once a year we'll get together to exchange these ideas and learn from each other so we can better protect our residents.
BDS is a threat to whole society. It's poisoning society, its climate. And for that reason, the city of Frankfurt was one of the first cities in Germany to declare an official ban on BDS, so that we do not rent any apartments, that we do not rent any space for BDS or affiliated groups. We do not do business with banks that for themselves have bank accounts with BDS.
Municipal leaders are closest to the people, and the people are affected when there's an anti-Semitic attack or any sort of hate crime committed in our cities. The people are affected. They need immediate responses, not just from law enforcement, but also from their leadership. They need moral leadership. They need moral clarity. They need a strong statements of rejecting hate, and then they need actions. And the city can take actions much quicker than the federal government can or the state governments can. And people in this day and age, with the rise of hatred and anti-Semitism, people are hungry for leadership, and at the municipal level, the mayors can really provide it.
How do you answer those who say it's a legitimate way to protest against Israel policy?
I think BDS is not a question of freedom of opinion or freedom of speech. BDS already starts to lie when it comes to their history. They do not come out of a humanitarian movement. They come out of a discussion that NGOs had parallel to a UN Commission seat in South Africa, in Durban, in 2001. They created a new strategy of war against Israel. And so it's not a question of a humanitarian organization. They're fighting against the state of Israel.
The fight against BDS continues. We have some great developments. Now what's spreading across the country is the uniform definition of anti-Semitism, which includes certain types of anti-Israel rhetoric. That doesn't make it illegal itself, but it helps law enforcement understand when they're enforcing hate crime statutes, the language that the people are using in expressing anti-Semitism today. The state of Florida is looking to pass it in the next couple weeks. South Carolina passed it a few months ago. Meanwhile, we continue to fight against companies like Airbnb who have taken the plunge and joined the BDS movement in boycotting certain areas of Israel. And we're starting to win, but the fight doesn't end.
74 years after the liberation of Auschwitz, you see a rising anti-Semitism. And so there is a fruitful ground for BDS. And that is why it is necessary that the communities stand up, that the cities stand up, that the states stand up, the countries stand up, and really show the people what is BDS. And that is one of the reasons why I'm here, to really open the eyes of people and say what BDS really means.
I think we united and current here a few mayors, more than 100 mayors from around the world to sit together in a round table and to talk about the haters, about the anti-Semitism, about against the BDS. And I do believe we talk about the common things, the common subject. We talk about education, welfare, transportation, culture, sport, and everything. And I do believe together we can fight against the violence. We can fight against everything together because we talk about the common things, and we are going to fight against this whole organization against Israel.
When relating to these kind of issues in Germany, is there also part of the trauma of the Holocaust, the will to be better?
I wouldn't say that it comes from the past. Of course, we have very special links towards the state of Israel as Germany, as our history of the Holocaust and the Shoah. But today we are strong in partnership, and here it's the only democracy. It's the state where the same values are lived like we have in Europe, and the delegitimization of the state of Israel is something that should touch Europe too in this way, and that's why I'm here.